Hello, my name is Ronny Kirschner. I'm the owner and CEO of Kiron Light Components, and we are a new player in this branch. And we have power banks in our in our shop. So we have different sizes, and I want to introduce you in three pieces of our power banks. And we start with the AC50. It's a nice cube with a very storage capacity of a very big storage capacity of 500 watts per hour, and it's able to put 300 watts output at the normal plug, and we have other outputs with 12 volt 10 amps and 12 volt smaller plugs, 12 volt output, and some USB and USB-C output. So the very interesting thing of this box is that we have included a charger of photovoltaic charger. It's inside with 120 watts and lithium ion storage, I told you already, and the output with 230 volts and 300 watts maximum. At the back side we have a light for the tent, for using the tent. We had to put on, no problem, we can put on the power. You see, when we put on the power, you see here the maximum load and the input power and the different output powers. When we make DC on, we are able to switch on the light on the back with emergency light inside. This is a general input. The input is able to charge the maximum load in about 5 hours with different kinds, with external power plug, with power supply, the PV entrance, the battery entrance of the car itself with 12 volt. You can charge not fully, but with a booster from 12 volt to 24 volt, you are able to charge it completely full in, yes, about 5 hours. It depends, more or less.
Yes. That was my experience as well. Although I haven't really used it all that much so far, but I think this is great for. If you're in a motorhome, don't use a camper van, don't use it very often. It's you don't want to buy maybe lithium batteries for it, or put something on the roof so you can use something like this. Or in my case, I'm using other people's vans, so I take along something like this in new vans. But the one thing I think where this really will stand out is for the emergency services.
Yes, so we have different kind of customers in our booth. So there are a lot of interesting usage cases because small camper cars use it as a completely set with a PV panel, completely set solar panel, as to be completely out, to be completely in the car, independent of everything. So it's able, because the 120 watt input power from the solar panel is very strong enough to get it under, to load it in about 5 hours, and that it's really great. So what can you put in here? So you can use it with your PC, laptop. You can do all small things like electric toothbrush and things like that, and so that's enough. And maybe a little bit you can use it directly in the input plug of your caravan or small camper to power him up from outside.
Oh, you think really? Would that
Yes,
work?
it's
Okay.
directly in the outside plug. You can test it in your camper with a external watt meter.
Yes.
And can see how the components in your camping car are working together, how many watts they are using while you drive it from outside. And so you can decide very easily if 300 watts is enough for you or not. And so you can use it for this. For small campers it's possible, and otherwise we have other systems with more output power.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, that's great. I mean, we have to say, I think the price, because we're getting towards €600.
Yes, it's
but
at the moment it's between 550 and 600 euros above this. So it depends a little bit on the country and the currency. But so this is a good pricing for this completely and compact system. I forgot something. You have on the top, you have
you
a
can charge
wireless charger at the top.
Yes.
So, but it's an add-on, and it's a nice add-on.
Yes. I was wanting to demonstrate, but of course I'm filming now with my telephone, so I can't demonstrate.
And mine is in the car.
Yes. I am. So yeah. So we're gonna have a look at the other pieces as well. You brought here. So this is this one. So
there's a smaller one. Like this we show you at the moment. This was the AC15. This is the EB20. 20 stands for 200 watts per hour. So you have in this case you can store 200 watts per hour. 200 watts per hour, yes. And the output is 120 watts. And the input with solar panel is 60 watts maximum. So all year the things I show you have a sinus, a pure sinus output, and it's a MPPT input controller.
Yes.
So here we have an output with 12 volt and the USB outputs and the USB-C. So it's a smaller version. It's good enough to use it with a computer and for one person for a few days. It depends what you want to do with them, but for refrigerators, it's the power, it's too less, so you cannot drive it very long. But it's a really good thing for telecommunications, so that's enough with this. It's not very heavy. It's about 2 kilograms, and it can fit even to boats and to bicycles. So when you have a trailer with your bicycle, it's possible to transport it easy in a bicycle together with your other luggage. Yeah.
So what's the cost of this one approximately?
The cost is between 250 and 300 euros approximately. So yes, it's our smallest version with a complete solar input controller and the output, so and the high voltage output. So yes, it's for single persons, it's perfect.
Yes, but what about this big thing you've got next? Because this is really like the suitcase coming up over here. Right.
So this is a very good complete solution. It's from the you see we have used it to drive our booth, so it's not empty at the moment. But
you use this all day for the booth at the trade fair. Was that all the?
No, not all day, because we have LED lights in our booth that take about 100 watts.
Yes.
And so we drive this now for about 9 hours. So it's 900 watts we used there, and we have 40% left.
Yeah.
So that it's nearly, when you count together, this is 1,500 watts per hour inside. You cannot discharge it until 0, so you have to take 10% minus a little bit, and a little bit of the loss of the changing from the battery to high power. So you have a loss here, and we have a loss in the transformation to the LEDs. So we used here now 60%. It depends that yes, we have 900 watts, so we have left. Yes, it depends on 400 watts is left, and that explains the 40% about.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So when we have different kind of converters, we can switch DC on or AC together both. So it's possible to start the internal electronics, so you can save energy when you switch the single converters off or on.
Yeah.
And it's able to start charging and to make output at the same time.
Yeah.
So this is able with this, and the AC50 is able to do this also. Here we have cigarette lighter output with 9 amps and the USB and USB-C. And this is the input for the solar panels. We have about 500 watts input here, so you can charge under good conditions in about 3.5 hours. It's completely charged, so it's very interesting. At the back side we have the fan for the cooling system. The cooling system starts only at a special level of output power, so it's described in the manual very exactly. So the noise is not always like a computer, so only when you lose higher power the noise is a little bit like a, yes, it's a computer, the same sound when a computer is charging. So
I got 1,000 watts.
Yes, you have 1,000 watts output here at the two plugs, and so from this you can drive small coffee machines, you can drive small hair dryers, so you are able to do some work with your tools, with your electric tools. So you are really more independent than all other smaller ones, so you can really work with this thing. So we got not only campers, so we got other people that can use it in all their day life.
Yes. Okay, so that's great. Thanks for showing it.
Yeah, thank you very much.